Welcome back. If you just joined us, this is The Press. We're reaching you live from KAFTAN's television studio here in the nation's capital, Abuja. So we had to fast forward and bring in our social media videos, and there you saw the president, the president-elect of Liberia, Bokari, where he was almost suffocating because of heat. Well, that's what they actually call it. He had he was almost suffocating with regards to heat. And then when I asked why didn't they bring him to the northern part of the country, especially Nigeria, come to the north and see what heat is. You just started yesterday and then you are suffocating for heat. Let me not say what is on my mind before you guys come after me. Then we saw the video of let me use Francis' word, no budget wiki, but I will allow him to use his mouth to say it. It didn't come from my mouth. Our guest on the show this morning is our very own Francis Adeniyi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Annabel. It's good to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks for joining us.
Okay, so before we go straight to our headline, let's just have a light banter on some of these social media trends. First of all, you had the president of elect Liberia, and then even though he's almost 80, 79, and a lot of comments have been rolling even on and off social media space with regards to how he was almost suffocating, and then even the white men behind him were like staring and like, what's happening? What they looked very surprised, and then most people came out to just criticize the fact that why don't African leaders, why are they always on the side of greed? You're not feeling too well, or you're getting older, but then you still want to ensure that you stay in the position. And then some other persons came out to say that after all, when they had a footballer who was their president, so he was doing better. But some people come back to say that he didn't even do better at all. And then you also had the video of someone who was criticizing Governor Fubara. Regardless, I still believe that the state there should be no this public show of insult. It was not worth it. Let's get your thoughts in this regards.
Once again, thank you very much for inviting me, and good morning, Nigerians. For me, let's start from the president of Liberia, the president of Bokari. We have to begin to understand in Africa that we cannot always eat our cake and continue to have it. The reason why I'm saying this is that if you look at all the 7 continents, you get Africa is the only continent where you see that about 75% of the leaders, I'm talking about the presidents, the military leaders, and the likes. Africa is the only continent that have people who are, obviously physically incapacitated, who are not, very well that you are not physically fit enough for the stress that comes with this position you are vying for, but you still want to do it for reasons best known to them, probably, for the fear of, for me, I think it's for the fear of a day that they will no longer have enough. Are you listening to me?
Yes.
For the fear of a day that, the fear of coming to that day whereby they feel like I don't have enough. So that fear makes them to begin to, embezzle, continue to take, even if it's at the expense of the people.
But then
and it gives credence to the massive underdevelopment in Africa as a continent, because even the blind man can see and will tell you that there is no development in Africa. Africa is the only continent you see. If you go to Kenya, if you go to Kenya is looking like Uganda. If you go to Uganda is looking like a place in Nigeria. and there's a unifying factor.
Let's quickly take this call before we go ahead. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you, Elder Zion. Thank you so much for calling us.
I wish you the compliment of the season.
Most definitely, we wish you same too, sir. It's good to hear from you.
Special regards to our
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You see, today I want to comment on the battle going on in the Middle East.
All right.
See, happened on the 7th October in Israel is condemnable. But again, can we continue killing people? I think over 25,000 people, both that are innocent and those that are not, have been killed. I think Israel should start to think how to forgive and they forget, so that there will be peace in that region. Because there are many things to do to bring an lasting solution to that place. The United Nations has to do more than what they're doing now. They should stop blaming Israel for what they're doing. They should involve a system, a plan that can bring the Arabs and the Israelis together to live as a body. If you look at what Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, said, you find that he is more concrete, more sincere than the United Nations officials. These are people that don't want Israel to exist. In every given chance, opportunity, they will kill, destroy Israel. They have been saying it, they are not handling it. So now, the only solution is to control the path or the solution pattern that now brought out. That Israel will control the security of Gaza. Then the civil administration will need the Gazians. I think that is okay. So please, the battle is taking a lot of life.
All right, thank you so much, Elder Zion.
Thank you. God bless all of you in Jesus' name.
Amen. God bless you too. Thank you so much for your contribution, sir.
Just to react to a point he made. In international diplomacy, there is nothing like forgive and forget. You get. You can't be a threat to the sovereignty of my nation. You cannot pose a security threat to the people of my nation. You couldn't have launched attacks that keeps taking the lives of citizens of my nation
and kidnap people.
Yes, kidnap people, mine people, rape people of my nation. And when I retaliate, and you see, and I obviously incapacitate you, and we now get to the negotiation table.
And you ask me to forgive and forget.
Forgiving and forget. For me, I think we have to go back. We have to go back history lane. We have to go back in time and begin to correct those deliberate omissions that has been made in terms of where it all started. How it started, and the people that took out certain details from the events that has led to what we have now. If we bring it back to Nigeria, you see that talking about the IPOB and the likes, you see that a lot of people, I can authoritatively tell you now that 90% of the people shouting IPOB, we want our own country, we want to live, they have no idea of how it all started and what led to what we have now.
What it is about.
They don't have an idea, because they just because of what they have been told.
Okay.
Because of what they have been told. Oh, Nigeria did us dirty, Nigeria did us this, Nigeria did us Nigeria was not fair to us. But what were the pointers that has led to this point? They have no idea about it. So we need to go back and begin to correct history, and the government must, at this point, deliberately, intentionally bring back history to our curriculum. Because if we don't, in the next 15 to 20 years, the chaos we are going to be having is going to be like what we have now is going to be nothing compared to what we are going to be having in the next 15 to 20 years.
All right, I would ask him, we'll talk more on that, but let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Annabel and Francis.
Good morning to you. I came from Lagos.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. It's great hearing from you again.
It's quite a long time. I was just busy, Nigeria is now, you have to hustle a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah, Francis, hello. You are looking very fresh. Both of you anyway.
Thank you very much. You are looking fresh at
Yeah.
I can't see you, but you are looking fresh. We are not green for anybody.
Please go ahead, Akim.
All right. Let me quickly make some comments.
Please do.
Whatever is happening around the world affects us one way or the other. And I love the way the last caller made his contribution about Israel and Palestine. And in fact, to portray it, I love Francis' response to that comment. But at the same time, you know, United Nations can never be blamed. And each people, you know, if you are asked to touch an elephant, people will tell different stories, okay, from the different parts of the elephant that they touch. But if you are to look at it historically, based on what Francis is saying, look, forget about any other thing. Israel, you understand, to some extent, have betrayed and even useless United Nations decision on the land that's supposed to be for Palestine, okay? And even up to now, in the West Bank side of it, where it's not even Gaza, see, nothing is hidden. Let's forget about religion aside. Israel is the country that is colonizing people in the era of they are calling democracy. Where is the democracy now? Even at this moment, a lot of people are being killed in West Bank. This where Palestine are being so patient enough. And I go against the 7th October attack, if I'm correct on the history, that Gaza made. But look, if you are pushed to the wall, you will want to do anything. Unlike South Africa, everybody knew what South Africa went through based on those white people before they got their independence. Even though they didn't go as violent as Gaza has went through. But if you are trying to look at it critically, as ugly as their attack on Israel, they are still campaigning for their land. So they must not cover anything that is not coverable. Even the United Nations. That is why South Africa took Israel to this, to International Court of Justice.
All right, I think we'll have to let you go.
Continuing. No matter, 25,000 people they have killed can never resolve the issue and can never give Israel anything.
All right, thank you so much.
What United States of America is doing for justice, which United States that is supporting them, they are even going against United States. Because United States, there should be a two states. There is something under the cupboard that Israel is hiding.
Thank you so much. I think we'll have to let you go. Our time is fast spent.
So lastly, about the old leaders that we're having, this is the what democracy can bring. Democracy is what allows us to vote for those old people. So may God save Africa.
Amen.
God bless Nigeria. God bless everyone. Thank you so much. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you once again, Akim. Thank you so much. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Are you there? Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Annabel. Good morning, Francis.
Good morning to you, sir.
KAFTAN in the house.
Good morning.
This is Fortune. I'm calling from Delta State.
Fortune from Delta. Go ahead. You have 60 seconds, please.
All right, please. I wanted to talk something, something more important. But I want to fault the last caller. The last caller is saying that there has been a killing in West Bank. But I want to ask him, are we witnessing such killing prior to the attack of the Palestinians? That triggered this what is happening now, or it started happening after the abduction and whatever that happened on that day. So you see, Palestinians are winning a war for a propaganda thing against Israel. But thank God the Prime Minister of the Israelis are not backing up. So you can't just come out and tell people that they don't deserve to live. They don't have a place to occupy, to live on earth.
All right.
So when you look at the history, you see that each time the Palestinians trigger this attack, the Israel will move on. They are not like Nigerian Christians who fold their hands and look away everything. They will move on and attack
All right, Fortune, thank you so much.
Let me tell you, in this modern day era, conquest is still going on.
Thank you so much,
Fortune.
Fortune, we're so sorry I had to let you go. Our time is fast spent. All right, let's leave that matter, and then still almost on that same matter, because I hear you talk about the Biafrans, the IPOBs and all, and then you talked about Nnamdi Kanu, and then we saw a particular headline that stated that Nnamdi Kanu is talking about restructuring and said they are not averse to genuine restructuring. So I would like to get your thoughts in that regard, because I know we were talking about something yesterday off cam when we talked about how they're now mobilizing for identification for that region. Let's get your thoughts in this regard.
You know, the truth is, at this point now, even a blind man knows that Nigeria is due for restructuring at this point now. But then, what kind of restructuring are we talking about? Because right now, restructuring
means different things to different people.
Restructuring means different things to different people. If you ask the man from the eastern side now, he will tell you restructuring means I want somebody who is bearing Chinedu or Emeka or Obi to be president. That's when you give it to him, that is restructuring to him. When you ask the man from, when you ask a man from either Kogi State or from Plateau State, or from Bayelsa State, from Bayelsa State, River State, when you ask a man from those places, restructuring means I want to have control over what is on what is beneath my soil. That is restructuring to them. So we have to come to a point whereby we have a unified idea of what restructuring will mean.
Can that even happen?
No, of course it can.
Because you know, for some other persons, it is creation of more states.
You know, my mom usually tells me that no matter how how big a situation is, no matter how big a situation is, if the two parties are willing to sincerely talk about it, they will find a solution.
If there's a consensus.
Yes, if there's a consensus. No matter, you say there's nothing coming from the heavens that the earth cannot withstand. So what I'm trying to say now is we need to call ourselves into, we need to call ourselves and have this sincere dialogue between ourselves. You get, all of us meet halfway. I cannot have everything I want. You cannot have everything you desire. You get, so all of us have to meet halfway and find a unifying idea of what restructuring will mean to all of us, in such that that definition captures what is unique to you. It captures what is unique to me. It captures what is unique to all of us of interest.
So
what I'm saying.
So you have to body in there because
I'm coming. So the reason why I'm saying this now is we are talking about restructuring. We are talking about restructuring and the names pushing for that kind of restructuring. You are mentioning Simon Ekpa. Nobody. Number one, nobody will take you serious. Nobody will ever take you serious. Definitely, but I cannot be talking about restructuring and
but then he has his followers. They have their massive following. So if you say nobody will take you serious, or how about their massive following? Nnamdi Kanu has his massive I remember always having a conversation with one of our security officials who said that Nnamdi Kanu was unknown, and then the government made him known, and now because of that sympathy, he now has a massive following. So if he coughs, most of them would, if he sneezes, most of them would catch a flu. So you cannot say that nobody will take you serious just because you talk, because they already have their following. And if they have their army, those ones would definitely want to, just like you talked about their identity. If they say, okay, everybody bring money together, let's crowdfund for a particular thing, you have people who will definitely start pushing other persons, and then they start pressing buttons.
Look, before Nnamdi Kanu was brought back from Kenya, we all saw his activities from outside the country. His activities did not, his activities, his speeches, his press releases, none of it pointed to a man that wanted to have this thing done without loss of lives. I can provide you countless number of, you know, of his recordings, his tapes, calling for an insurrection in Nigeria. You cannot be calling for a peace talk and be coming with, you know, with guns. If you are calling for a peace talk, you have to come like a man who is willing to, you know, who is willing to arrive at peace.
But then, you know, there are some other persons who have been saying revolution now. Isn't it almost two sides of the same coin?
Who have been saying revolution now? Where are they now? No, it's just a sincere question.
Just like the security official says, no grief for anybody is a revolution statement. It means they're still there.
No, what I'm saying now is, you are talking about Omoyele Sowore. There's no need for us to begin to, you know, sugarcoat anything here. When there's a sitting government, and you are calling for a revolution, that is a treasonable felony. So
aren't you going to say the same thing for the Nnamdi Kanu?
Nnamdi Kanu is cooling off in a 5-star hotel right now.
So now, is it different because now it is Omoyele Sowore? That's what I'm asking you.
What I'm saying now, it is not different, but you can tell after Omoyele Sowore's ordeal with the authorities that be, you can tell now that the energy is different. You can tell now that the choice of word is the choice of words.
And you don't see the same thing for Nnamdi Kanu?
I don't. Before now, Nnamdi Kanu is now. Him and his kinsmen, they are now calling on the government that they are willing to, you know, negotiate with the government. Nnamdi Kanu, from his detention, from the news flying around, has been constantly calling for an end to the Monday sit at home.
That's what I'm saying.
In his honor. So these are the things we are talking about. Nnamdi Kanu is calling for an end to sit at home. He's calling for an end to the, you know, constant killings in the southeast. Simon Ekpa, on the other hand, is busy mobilizing criminals, causing mayhem, you know, destabilizing the livelihoods of innocent Easterners.
So you're saying revolution and restructuring are two different things?
Revolution and restructuring are two different things. Go back in time. Go back in time. Go back to your history books. Look, there is no revolution without an insurrection.
Okay, so now let's before we go, our time is fast spent. Still on this same matter, because you said restructuring should be defined in a fine way. So it means that the northern, the southeastern, the western, they should all, even the middle belt, even those who feel marginalized, they should all come together and accept this is what we call restructuring, and let's move. Now, if you have most of the national dailies, 28.7 trillion naira, New Telegraph, I'm taking it from New Telegraph, says 28.7 trillion naira 2024 budget skewed against the north. That is coming from northern senators. And now they had that protest where they kicked against the federal government, the FAN, and then CBN going to Lagos, and then we also made this statement where we talked about where former President Olusegun Obasanjo says, why would maritime office be in the north? What business does he has to do here? Why is it not in the other parts? So if you are saying let us give a defined, unifying definition of restructuring, when you have protests and comments like this, how do you deal?
You know, the thing is, in Nigeria, we have built that habit of bringing ethnic bias to every situation, instead of us to actually get to look at things from a more logical perspective. You know, we just sometimes we do not have a problem with the truth because it's actually being told. We actually have problem with the truth because of who is telling the truth. Okay. Are you getting me?
So it means that you're not coming back to what I'm saying. It means we need to cleanse our system first before we start defining it in a unified way.
That is exactly what I'm saying. All of these things will be captured on the on the dialogue table. First of all, if we are going to have a headway with what we want to do now, you know, we all have to put all of our baggages behind us. You have to come in with the mind that the man from The man from Sokoto is my brother. The man from Jalingo is my brother. The man I'm not different from him. He is not different from me. And if he is bringing up an idea, regardless of what it feels like, if it is in the interest of all of us, then we go with it. Not all right. We don't discard his idea because even if it's good, but because of where the idea is coming from.
But then, you know, there have always been that argument that even the heads that are supposed to put these people together are the ones that are even scattering them. Remember what happened during the elections, recent elections? Of course, I try to understand. Our time is fast gone. Thank you so much. We don't ever have enough time to discuss this matter. Thank you so much, Francis Adeniyi, for joining us.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks for joining us.